I'm so ready to get home. So did you
So,
get any comments about the underwear on the head?
well, listen, I think it's a touchy subject, so I'll go ahead and flip the page. Tell us what we're talking about. I'm gonna let you start us off.
Oh my God. For the most part, it's learning how to deal with what life throws you, or learning how to deal with the cards that you're dealt in life. And okay, I'm sorry, I'm pulling up at the business now, but we don't have any control over what life gives us per se in most instances, but in a lot of the things that we go through and a lot of the things that we have to deal with, or in a lot with quite a few of the things that life does give us, it's by or due to, some of the choices that we make, whether it's due to the choices that we make, it's kind of like the karma thing we were talking about earlier. What goes around comes around, and whatever you put into the atmosphere, that's what you're going to get back. Now, it may not happen right then at that time, but eventually, it's gonna come back around.
That's true.
But everybody's not going to be this superstar athlete. Everybody's not going to be this hellified songstress. Everybody's not going to have that talent or specific talents that other people have that have them like going through the roof financially and seeming to have their lives together and seeming to have everything that they want in life. Everybody's not going to get that. Some people are going to have to work really hard for what they get to come, or what they have to come to them.
Yeah.
So it's just, perfect example, you can have siblings living in the same house, both going through the same thing, but be two completely different types of adults.
That's true.
One says, you know what, I'm not going to deal with this. When I get to the point to where I don't have to deal with it, I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to be nicer to people. I'm going to be nicer to my significant other, my spouse. I'm going to be more loving to my children. I'm going to do all this, that, and everything else differently. Whereas this other one, they repeat the cycle. So it's you have to learn how to deal with the cards that you're dealt. Deal with the life that is given to you, and if you want to make a difference, then you're going to have to put in the work to do so.
That's true. One of the hardest things for people to do is take responsibility. We live in a world where everybody needs to write a book. Everybody needs to tell it's kind of like a excuse-driven society. Why are you like that? Why do you do the things you do? And that could be a dangerous conversation with a person.
I'm like this because my parents didn't love me.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be a dangerous conversation for a person who doesn't know how to take responsibility, because it's many things. How I always tell people, I say, pick me. I could come up with so many reasons why I should be so many different places. But it comes down to decisions. It comes down to, even like you say, we talking about the cars that you, okay,
Right.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things in life. Again, like you said, you have no control over. But the thing is, what do you do with those cars? What do you do with them? See, some of us like to take a victim mentality. We love that place of being a victim. We entertain that place of, oh, woe is me. So and so left me out of this, and they are doing good, and I was supposed to be right there with them, and don't see how twisted that is. It's kind of like you blaming.
Hello.
I'm good. How are you? Oh, it's like saying that you are blaming somebody else for you not being where you need to be. Because let me tell you something. I was left out. No, listen. You have to understand that you have to make your own path. You cannot rely on other people to help you make decisions and make your path. You cannot do that. I think that a lot of times we don't want to take responsibility because it means we have to deal with the good, the bad, and the ugly about ourselves. Okay? So, I'm just saying, my kids laugh at me because I'll pass. Hold on. My children laugh at me a lot because they not laugh at me, but they at how I deal with things. They can say, "Well, Mom, you really you ain't bothered." No, I'm not bothered by different things because I learned, like they say, the school of hard knocks. I learned the hard way that you got to deal with your own stuff. You got to deal with your own stuff. It's been many times where I had plenty of good reasons to go a different way. But
right.
I decided I'm going to be who I want to be. I decided that I'm not going to leave it up because so many people let me down. And it's true, it's some roles that people play in your life that they are supposed to show up. But you got to learn.
Yeah.
You got to learn how to be able to still be in motion, even though they don't show up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you put all your hopes and dreams on the back of somebody else, and then when they don't show up, you set yourself up.
Phone number at the jail, 903-575-5614. Yeah. And so,
you there?
Mhm. Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like you and I have had a conversation before where, people are meant to come into your life for certain reasons,
Yeah.
And sometimes they're meant to show up and do whatever it is that they do, and sometimes they're not meant to show up.
That's true. A lesson. Come on. How do you get stronger? How do you stand the test of time, right? You gotta go through your trials. You gotta know how it feels to fall. You gotta know how it feels to stand on your own. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And you gotta know how to pick yourself up, even when you just want to lay down. You just want to lay down and just forget it. Just I'm done. That's what you would like to do, but
But you gotta keep going.
And then, it's not easy, not by any means. I'm telling you, it's the whole bunch of times I just wanted to give up.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I don't need a place to stay. I can sleep in my car. I can eat a meal a day and I can make it work. But I couldn't do that because I had babies to feed. I had babies to have a roof over their head and stuff like that. So I had to make myself do what I needed to do.
That's right. I'm telling you, I've been there. You just like you said, you can figure out how to take care of yourself. But I listen to people whine and complain a lot, and when they finish, I just want to say, well, what you gonna do about it? They always
really
different people I run into. They say, don't tell Janice what you want to do, because she's sure gonna say, well, when you gonna start? Well, go ahead, because the thing is, like I say, we face it's a lot of stuff that's in our imagination, and that's associated with our feelings. Our feelings make us lazy. Our feelings make us have all sorts of excuses for not doing the things that we are capable of doing. So you have to be able to cry about it, then move on. Because I tell people, I haven't had the luxury of staying in a pity party. I didn't have the luxury of doing that. I had to figure out how my kids was gonna eat, where we were gonna live. I didn't have time to cry over who left my life, who left me with the kids, who am I sick and all that. I didn't have nobody over at my house trying to take care and make sure that I had to get up and I had to make it happen. And it wasn't, they talking about me. Who cares? People gonna talk about you. You need to get up and you need to make things happen in your life. If you have strength, you can do it. When negative thoughts come in my head, all I do is I put something in that place. I get rid of the negative thought, and I put something positive in its place. You have to train yourself, your mind, your spirit, your body to do something different. I'm just saying. Oh, she's out there? Okay. You just have to, because I'm going to tell you right now, like Zam said, you want to lay down. You want to quit. The things that happen, I'm telling you, some of the things that happen to you in your life, like I say, oh, my God, will shake your core. Will shake you to your core. But you cannot let it win, okay? You cannot let it win. You cannot let it consume you. I was just watching this show called Hoarders, right? I was watching this show called Hoarders, and I always tell people about people that hoard things. These are people that didn't deal with or process through different traumatic experiences in their lives. So they put stuff in its place. And that's the human side of us. You have to put something in its place. If you get out of a bad relationship, you got to put something in its place. And I didn't say somebody new. I said you got to put something positive in that negative space. And people don't understand that you cannot, if you don't put something in its place, guess what it's gonna do? It's gonna fill itself up. So what is it gonna do? Okay, pity party's coming. Now you got mood swings. Now you lazy, and everything that you worked hard for is starting to slip through your fingers. This is what happens when you don't learn how to deal with different things that happen in your life.
Or the thing that got you in that mood in the first place, the thing that left the void comes back in. And it's not necessarily saying that that's a good thing either.
Exactly. That's the truth. So you have to be mindful. How do you deal? Like we're talking about the cards that you dealt, right?
Right.
How do you deal with them? I'll tell y'all a story when I was infatuated with this dude, right? When I was younger. I was singing and helping manage a singing group, and I had just got back from Prairie View, going to school out there, just got back from Prairie View, and moved in with my sister and got infatuated with this dude. He was fine, let me tell you, and I was rebounding from some other situation, right? And I was always whining to him. Now all of this goodness was in my face. This fine man was in my face. But just hear me out, right? So, but I can't see him because I'm